Live from America's finest city, this is the Pro Volleyball Federation on the Roku Sports Network. Third meeting of the year between the homestanding Mojo and the Vegas Thrill, coming off a big win at Indy on Thursday night. One win apiece, this being the third meeting. Let's take a look now at the current Pro Volleyball Federation standings. And very, very interesting indeed. Atlanta won their 11th match in a row, a new record at Omaha, no less, 3-0. Indy has lost 4 in a row earlier today. They went down in 4 sets to Grand Rapids. You see the X's, those top 3 teams have qualified for the playoffs, but Vegas and San Diego playing here this evening for the third time. Not mathematically eliminated, but they will need a big miracle, not a small miracle. Hi, everybody, and welcome. Thanks so much for joining us this evening from San Diego with Holly McPeak, 3-time Olympian bronze medalist and an NCAA champion. I never, ever get tired of saying all of that. I really enjoy it. And Holly, you look at the records. We saw the teams that have qualified for the playoffs. If you're in the locker room with one or both of these teams, what's your message as the season winds down?
I came to practice this morning, and San Diego's head coach, Taiba Henning Park, said, look, we want to go out and leave it all on the court. We are all competitors. We want to end on a high note. So both these teams are full of competitors who want to go out winning and take a lot of pride in it.
And for Vegas, an important high note just the other day when we talked about they won at Indy. And Lauren Jardine, the high-flying rookie out of the University of Utah, we have admired her athleticism, and she finally came to the fore given the opportunity the other night.
It was fun to see Lauren Jardine, who is a high flyer, point scorer, who dominated 19 kills off the bench, helping Vegas Thrill get a much-needed win on the road. And she didn't just do it offensively, did it defensively as well. She's an incredible athlete with a bright future, and Vegas Thrill coming off of an important win.
And for San Diego, they've beaten Orlando, they've beaten Omaha twice, they've beaten Indy, and Kendra Dahlke has been the foundation for this team all season long.
San Diego Mojo have had tons of injuries and sicknesses, so Kendra Dahlke has been that consistent player. She comes to play every match, 9 double-doubles on the season, and she is always impressive.
Now let's look at our Wren Athletics starting lineups. First for San Diego, Ronica Stone, veteran in the middle. Yasmin Bedard-Ani, a very important late season add. Dayoung Lee out of Korea, back at the setting position. Shara Venegas will be flying around. Janasia Moore out of Tennessee and Ohio State will get the start, along with former Minnesota Golden Gopher Reagan Pittman will get the start in the middle as well. Now for the Vegas Thrilladora and Nye, picked up late from Orlando off of waivers. Lane Van Buskirk showing some heat out of the middle. There is Jardine, Mary Schroll, another outstanding libero in a league full of really good liberos. Carly Graham will get the start. Berkeley Oblad and Hannah Maddox will be the other starters as we are set to go here in beautiful San Diego. Was my home for 3 years, was the training center for USA Men's Olympic Volleyball from 1981 to 1988. Last time I checked, we won 2 gold medals. We won in '84, and then Karch and the boys won again in '88. A fantastic volleyball community. Here's Yasmin Bedard-Ani, University of Texas, but has been playing overseas very successfully. Already time goes by so fast, already a couple of seasons. Anai with the first contact, and right on cue, number 17, Lauren Jardine, a special athlete off the right side.
Lauren Jardine starting out of the back row, gets a big touch off the block to score the first point for Vegas.
There is Carly Graham, played at Rice 3 times, the Conference USA Setter of the Year. There is more, and that is an unforced error. That will be 4 contacts. That's 3 out of 5 sets.
Starts with service pressure. Carly Graham going right down that line. It's Janasia Moore, number 10 in blue.
Lauren Jardine had 19 kills in that win over Indy. I'd forgotten. I went back and looked. She was on Wisconsin's roster in 2021, so she's got a national championship ring before she transferred to Utah. Very, very good block by Van Buskirk along with Jardine.
2 players off the bench. Van Buskirk has been on the bench lately for the Vegas Thrill, but came in, had a big match on Thursday, as did Jardine.
Van Buskirk, 14 kills on 24 swings to go along with a couple of blocks. 28 blocks so far on the season for the member of the Canadian national team. Hard to put a ball away early here for San Diego. Nice play by Schroll. Jardine stepping in, and one-on-one off the right side. Good rejection by Moore. Back to Jardine again, got a piece of the block, and it was in the court in any case.
And you see the confidence from Vegas thrill setter Carly Graham going right back to Lauren Jardine on the right side. Back-to-back attempts, and then lighting it up, finding that first time got blocked, but goes back to her on that second swing.
San Diego at 8-15 has a nice win recently, also over the Omaha Supernovas. That was in this building before losing at Columbus. Venegas hustling on the cover. What a very, very good start for the Vegas Thrill.
You can just feel the confidence, the energy of the Vegas Thrill coming off that win, and they're on fire.
A quick early timeout called by San Diego, trailing 5-0. Taiba Hanif Park, the three-time Olympian and two-time Olympic silver medalist, cannot wait any longer. And on the other side, Ramon Hernandez Cruz, three-time All-American at Penn State, formerly the head coach of Puerto Rico. We've talked about it, played beach volleyball in the Athens Olympic Games with his assistant, Raul Papaleo.
One of the things I like about Ramon Hernandez Cruz and what he's done with this Vegas Thrill team, he has not been afraid to go to the bench. They're so talented and so deep. He's not afraid to make big changes in the middle of a match, and he does it all the time.
On the other side, the aforementioned Taiba Hanif Park. I gave you her resume, and it is sterling, but also add to that she will now be an Olympic team coach. Head coach Eric Sullivan hired Taiba Hanif Park to be one of his key assistants, along with Brandon Taliaferro. And so Taiba's calendar will be very, very full up until 2028. And the site for the Indoor Olympic Games has been announced. It's the arena at Anaheim that will be the home of indoor volleyball during the Olympic Games. You can go online. It's a long list because there's so many Olympic sports going to be spread throughout Southern California. There is Graham once again. There is Adora Anai. Very, very good all-around player. Back row combination play, as mentioned, dug by Anai. Schroll stepping in. That ball could have been set a lot closer, and Jardine gets slowed for the first time.
Veronica Stone, the middle block for the San Diego Mojo, does a really nice job closing that seam. That's where Jardine was scoring on her earlier kills.
There is Janasia Moore once again, high-flying outside attacker. Started her career at Ohio State before finishing up with Tennessee. Nice play. That ball, Yasmin Bedardani trying to sell it, but a piece of the floor, and a nicely done by Carly Graham, number 22 for Vegas.
Carly Graham getting a start for Vegas Thrill. Calls her own number, throws it down to the middle of the court when the defenders were spread wide.
There is Hannah Maddox. Very talented young player. Quite frankly, has struggled. Way too many errors on her resume. And as advertised, Kendra Dahlke off the edge of the block, a veteran swing by number 8 in blue.
Kendra Dahlke has all the offensive tools, knowing how to work around that big block.
There is Ronica Stone out of the University of Oregon. Heavily bandaged hands. It's been a long season for all of the middle blockers. Nice looking combination play. Van Buskirk making herself available, open things up for Anai.
Adora Anai has really brought stability to the Vegas Thrill passing game, and the numbers have been much better with her on the court. The quick ball from Graham to the pin scores through the middle of the block.
Both teams pretty good in reception right now. That off the equipment, and Maddox was stuck in quicksand, could not get out of the starting blocks and get after that ball. Dai-Young Lee
back in the lineup after being out for an injury. She and Bedard are working on that rhythm and location.
Dai-Young Lee, a lefty, so look for her to be offensive-minded when she's a front row setter. Got an absolutely beautiful touch on the ball. Here is Anai. That's a good swing by Maddox, number 11 for Vegas. We have come to the first technical timeout. Thanks so much for joining us. This is the Pro Volleyball Federation coming your way on Roku Sports Channel. Franklin Excellent Sports is a proud partner of the Pro Volleyball Federation, coming to you on the Roku Sports Channel. Beautiful San Diego, Mission Bay, America's finest city, no question about that. Just one of the most spectacular locations. I think it's the best weather on the entire planet for a large city.
I like that. We woke up to blue skies this morning, so I would have to agree.
I was in Malibu. I woke up to the fog. I was very happy to live in this city for 3 years. Wonderful sponsors of our Olympic training effort. My daughter was born here. Maddox again. Oh, that's a good swing into the cross court by Dalkey. Good to see her healthy. You were at serve and pass this morning, and I watched in their last match. She was in and out of the lineup, a little bit dinged up with a leg injury. Kendra
Dalkey battling the sore calf, but looks good on this one. Look at the location. She puts that sharp cross court from the right side in front of Jardine.
Dalkey 8th in the league, 3.5 kills per set. Oblad, nice dig by Hani. That ball's got to come up. Need to do better following up if you're San Diego. Anai again. And off the outside hand and down. Very, very clever, crafty attacker.
Adora Anai is so good at that cross-body swing, using Bedart Ghani on that right side.
Anai will go back to serve. Really good as a defender and center back and an excellent receiver. Ball set a little bit tight and sprayed out of bounds by Moore.
The offensive numbers at break. Vegas hitting .333 and San Diego hitting for negative numbers.
Substitution now coming on for San Diego. That is Lauren Page in her 6th year as a professional. Excuse me, I'll correct that in a moment. That is Maya Tabron. Thank you, Holly. Good response. Tabron, number 31. One of a handful of rookies coming out of SMU. Natalie Foster, what a name she's making for herself in Orlando, leading the league in aces. She had 6 more to go along with 9 out of 10 attacking in their last match. Other than that, what else have you done? Good read by Stone, one-on-one. That time against Jardine. That's a wonderful swing by Hani.
Really nice location by Dayung Lee on that right side, and San Diego scores in transition. That's an area they've been focused on all season long. Nice overhand dig by Pittman, and then the swing cross court.
Bedart Hani, 6'4", mentioned out of Texas. 7 years of pro already. How time flies. It seems like just a couple years ago she was at University of Texas. She's played in Turkey, Korea, Greece, and Italy. Wearing number 15 in blue for San Diego. Another good swing. Wow. What a save that time by Dayung Lee.
Incredible one-handed set by Dayung Lee. Watch this ball go tight, but nice lift by the setter, and then big seam to work through the Vegas throw block.
Boy, that serve has got some major heat up behind it. Nice play. Yasmin Bedart Hani. I wanted to ask you about that. Yes, we'll go with Bedart Hani. Okay. I was going to ask you about that last play by Maddox. She can't leave that thing. She got to dive into the middle and take away that low seam.
Agreed.
Little things that you have to do, especially when you've gotten out to a good start. One ace and then a miss, but San Diego has found their footing after falling behind 5-0 to start this match. Once again, 3rd meeting of the year between these two. They split the first pair. Good early timeout called by Coach Hanif Park. Veronica Stone, did she get a piece of the block? She did not. Missed it out of bounds.
Veronica Stone doesn't think she got one, but her coach was quick to challenge that ball.
2 challenges per set. If you're correct on your challenge, you have an unlimited number. You can challenge touch off the block, a net violation. You may not challenge. You cannot challenge ball in or out. That's done by Bolt 6. Fantastic system. Also used at the Olympic Games. Average time for a challenge now is down to about 20 seconds. So there was indeed good use of the challenge, a micro touch called against number 11 Maddox. So point of possession back to San Diego.
That might have even surprised Veronica Stone because she was shaking her head.
Very good use of the challenge. Here is Tabron. Van Buskirk, good heat. Graham with the first contact. Schroll stepping in very nicely. And the kill by Maddox. Very nice assist that time by the libero Schroll.
In that first contact by Carly Graham, and then Schroll gets that transition set in a nice spot for Maddox. That's something that Vegas Thrill struggled to do consistently.
Big day of volleyball already around the Pro Volleyball Federation. Perfect first contact by Dalkey. Really good set that time by Van Buskirk, but just over the sideline.
Adora and I wanted that super sharp, immediately takes responsibility like that set.
I know Anai missed that shot, but we've talked about it before. Her handball contact is maybe the best in the league. A lot of young players could take an example from that. That's well done by Jardine.
Carly Graham has so much confidence in Jardine on that right side. We've seen her go to her early and often. Watch Jardine go to work. Look how high she gets. Lots of velocity working that block on the line.
Dalkey again, good offense. What a dig that time by Graham. One-on-one up front, and she held her ground. Jardine going off speed.
I like that play because when Jardine hits, defense gets back on their heels. They know the heat is coming, so because they're on their heels, this soft shot right over the block works.
Buskirk misses that. And we get a look at Lauren Jardine once again, rookie out of Utah, started her career at Wisconsin. And if you're wondering what time it is, ask her. She's wearing her watch.
Maybe it's her lucky watch.
It was last year for Brooke Nuneviller. Brooke Nuneviller was wearing a watch. I thought, well, she's got a very good deal with Apple or something like that. She said, no, I forgot, and I didn't take it off. I had the best match of the year, so it's not coming off. Hey, volleyball fans, the Lee's Family Forum just outside Las Vegas in Henderson specifically hosting the second Pro Volleyball Federation Championship on May 9th. Semifinals, the championship, the match for $1 million on the 11th at 1 Pacific time. The top 4 PVF teams will face off for the opportunity to earn, once again, a cool $1 million. All session tickets, which give access to all 3 matches, start at just $49 and are on sale right now at provolleyball.com/tickets or /back
or /back
or /back.
Yeah, that's looking forward to Vegas.
Oh yeah. Pretty good jump servers on this team between Jardine and Maddox. Nicely done by Reagan Pittman. A solid throw out of the middle wearing number 21 and 30.
Reagan Pittman started on the opposite for San Diego earlier in the season, but he's done really well in the middle. Big target, both offensively and defensively. She's #1, tied for #1 in blocks per set with almost 1.
Jardine is just rolling right now and a really good connection with Graham. When you're setting, not a quick hit, but how do you get rhythm with a back row attacker, high right side or left side?
I believe it's just knowing the tempo that hitter likes to hit and feeling that. And the more you play together, the more you have that rhythm.
Really good flat serve. Good serving start right now. Coach Hernandez Cruz wanted a lift. Can't challenge that. That's a judgment call. Venegas flying around. Very composed first contact by Anai. And the roll shot off the left side. Very good start here for Vegas. Adora Anai is a fun player to watch because she is never in a hurry.
No, but I think that helps her, right? She's not off balance. She's good contact on the ball when she's relaxed.
18-12, Anai will continue to serve. Dalkey, very solid. Pittman, and that can't be chased down after the missed dig by Jardine. And a compliment to Anai, she's never in a hurry because 99% of the time she's in the right spot.
True. Young Lee and Reagan Pittman have found a really good connection for the Mojo in the middle.
Very nice bump set, and then smartly off the edge of the block, but not out of bounds. So Maddox will take the hitting error there. Good idea, just couldn't get that ball off the block and out of bounds. Right now, San Diego is hitting just over 210. On the other side, just under 300 for Vegas. Schroll, very good reception and blocked once again. Veronica Stone, rock solid in the middle for San Diego.
Veronica Stone, both hands heavily bandaged. She's got some finger injuries. It's a long season, but she's doing an incredible job laterally across the net, closing those blocks.
Elbows, wrists, fingers, thumbs. That means Veronica Stone is getting her hands on a lot of balls, as a talented middle blocker should. And now a timeout. Good recovery here by San Diego. Remember, they trailed 5-0 to start this match, and then at the technical timeout trailed 16-11.
I talked to Taiba Park about Veronica Stone. I said, how about her hands? It looked like they're casted up. She said she's tough. She does not want to come out of the game. She wants to finish. I love it.
100%, especially one of her index fingers,
yeah,
on her left hand, is not looking good. No complaints. Veronica Stone putting up really good blocking numbers. We'll get those for you. Veronica Stone, 62 total blocks. That is third best in the Pro Volleyball Federation so far on the year. And once again, a very interesting day so far. And it started early this morning out here on the West Coast, when Grand Rapids, just hanging on to playoff hopes, beat the Indy Ignite for their 4th straight loss, 3-1, and Atlanta went into Omaha and swept the Supernovas for their 11th straight win. Very impressive run by Atlanta. Block touch by Stone, maybe right back to her in transition. No, beautiful offense by Daeyeon Lee. Tabron with a kill.
Maya Tabron, a rookie out of SMU, has been so solid all season long for the San Diego Mojo. Look at her get this ball in this left hand, big seam, but nice choice to go deep to that corner.
Alicia Glass-Childress and Willow Johnson coming on in the double sub for Jardine and for Graham. Vegas has led by 5 twice, 5-0 and 16-11. But a really good response by San Diego. Pretty average pass by Schroll. And Willow Johnson, welcome to the match. I'm not sure Alicia Glass had much of a choice.
You want to push that ball tighter to the net, so one, you can run that quick attack out of the middle, and it really will stress the blocker. Right now, Veronica Stone doing a good job reading where that set's going. 5-0
run. Another serve with not much on it. Maddox having a difficult time with this block. Oh, that's good work. Yasmin Bedard-Hani at 6'4" on the pin.
Bedard-Hani and Veronica Stone going side to side. Look at her get back, get her hands up. But Bedard-Hani got most of that one.
Remember what you said before first serve to me when we were getting ready to tee this match up. What you were going to say in the lineup, just play every point, play every contact, you never know. And that's really good professionalism by number 15. Mentioned earlier today, a critical match for both Grand Rapids. They are holding on to playoff hopes. They are clinging to it. Van Andel Arena, wonderful place to play. Grand Rapids looking for the win over Indy. Ali Bastianelli defensively and offensively was absolutely superb.
Holthouse on that right side also lighting things up. She's been a very effective attacker on the right side, really helping spread the Grand Rapids offense. But it's been all about the blocking numbers. The best blocking team in the PVF, the Grand Rapids Rise.
Grand Rapids, a Pro Volleyball Federation record 21 scoring blocks in a 4-set match. A very concerned Ramon Hernandez-Cruz. His team got off to what would be described as a near perfect start, and here they are at 18 apiece. 6-0 run for Pittman and San Diego. Maddox on the left, Johnson on the right, Oblad in the middle. Back to Johnson, going over the top. Oblad with a tap down. That is a break for Vegas, and boy, did they need it.
San Diego able to pick up that tip in the middle of the court, but it carries over right into Oblad's territory.
Charity Looper, who really got off to a good start to her professional career. Maybe hit a wall a little bit. She's only been going at it since August. And into a championship match, eventually won by Penn State. Just into the top of the tape. But Looper was very, very good for Vegas early when they got out to a 7-2 start.
If you look down the bench for the Vegas Thrill team, a lot of those players have had a huge impact this season. Cameron Hanna had a great start to the season as well, coming off a national championship at Penn State.
One of the two Libros, Tegan DeFalco, on now. One will play as a serve receiver. The other, that will be Mary Schroll as a defender. And we've got a back row blocker called. You'll probably hear Alicia Glass-Childress. She has a right to the ball. If any part of the ball is on her side, she said, well, wait a minute. Veronica Stone hit my hand. But the call has been made. And just like that, San Diego on top by one. Tough serve. Good stab by DeFalco. Oh, beautiful, beautiful hustle that time by Willow Johnson. What a play. Good block touch by Johnson. The tap down by Lane Van Buskirk, but give number 4, Willow Johnson, the assist.
There were a lot of good things that happened, starting with the Tegan DeFalco one-arm pass, and then look at the cover play to keep that alive by Willow Johnson. Really impressive. And then Lane Van Buskirk gets ready for a quick transition ball to score. Focus
on every single contact. Jardine and Graham back on. In the red zone. Tabron, pretty good handle. Hard on knee. That ball is dug right on the sideline. Tabron had to play that. Back to Bedard on knee. Boy, she hits a very, very heavy ball.
Beautiful kill. Firing up San Diego, getting them that 21st point. This is the red zone. This is where everything counts extra.
Bedard on knee, 4 kills on 7 swings, no errors. That's a big miss by Tabron. Pressure on right now. Maddox has been pretty good. Both she and Jardine put on a lot of pressure from the service line with their jumpers. Good velocity. Got to try to pound this in one of the seams. Boy, that was fast. Veronica Stone on the slither slide.
Dai Young Lee not afraid to throw it back as fast as possible. That's what Veronica Stone does. She likes this quick tempo ball. Doesn't matter as long as it gets high enough that she can attack it.
DeFalco staying on in reception and in defense now. Jardine with another kill.
I like that delivery by Carly Graham. She is really good behind her to Jardine.
Jardine now 6 of 11. No errors, hitting .455. Combination behind, not there. Chance for Vegas. That connection not there. Donkey. She's rejected by Jardine along with Oblak.
Talking a lot about Jardine's offense, but her defense as well. Big physical player way over the net. Getting a few blocks to start this set for Vegas Thrill.
And Busker back to serve. The 8 blocks on the year, hit 306. Has been in and out of the lineup for Las Vegas throughout the course of the season. Good off speed. One middle blocker attacking another at the defensive end.
Reagan Pittman is so smart for the San Diego Mojo. She knows exactly who's playing left back, and it's another middle blocker, so she goes short right in front of her.
Nice, perfect pass. Jardine gone off speed a couple of times. Can't beat Venegas. That's up, but now 4 contacts. Is that Kendra Donkey off the left side? Tremendous heat by number 8 in blue.
But that play happens because of Shara Venegas, the libero from Mojo. Mojo flying in to pick up that short ball.
Set point for San Diego. Tough chance for a knot.
Wow. It was all Vegas thrill the first 10, 12 points, and then San Diego Mojo really turned it around.
Good job by Taiba Hanif Park, slowing things down early. But then her players, down 16-11 at the second technical timeout, turn things around. They take the opening set at home, 25-23. Holly, let's take a look at our first set stats, sponsored by FICO.
San Diego Mojo hitting 281 early. I think the first time out they were hitting negative numbers, and the Vegas Thrill team was hitting up over 300, but it's the 6 block have really paced and shut down the Vegas Thrill that last part of the first set.
You know, you look out on the floor, Yasmin Bedard-Hani had a couple of very, very impressive kills, and to your point, blocks as well. Veronica Stone was rock solid. Maya Tabron came in and played very, very well as a substitute for Coach Hanif Park. Now, the responsibility over on the other side, Ramon Hernandez-Cruz, and I think his Vegas team really rattled after giving up a couple of big leads. Same starting lineup once again for Vegas, coming off a really, really gratifying win at Indy, 3-2. 61% positive passing for Vegas on that match, which is really a good number. Anything over 50 is very good. Nikki Cottle is our first referee. Maybe you can hear her telling everybody it's time to get going. DeFalco is on now. I'm going to have to keep an eye on that because it's been DeFalco and Schroll switching off between reception and defense, but it was all DeFalco there at the end. Venegas had to fight that one off. Really good swing by the rookie out of SMU, number 31, Maya Tabron.
Maya Tabron, we talked about her being a rookie. The last 8 matches for San Diego, she's had double-digit points. But doing a nice job managing her offense, just high, fast, deep swing off the block.
Really, really good set that time in transition by Venegas. And the libero, how about a couple of saving pancakes for Venegas, who's stepping in again. To the 3-meter line, Bedard-Hani, what a swing. Oh, wow. That looked good from here. That was really an impressive swing by Yasmin Bedard-Hani.
Bedard-Hani was going deep down that line and just turned it wide. So much heat on it.
It was out, and the Bolt 6 call is made electronically. Very, very quickly, just underway second set here in San Diego, and the ace serve dialed up by Maddox.
Anna Maddox usually goes cross-court with that top spin serve. That one turned down the line and got away from Maya Tabron's platform.
Anna Maddox had 13 kills on 36 swings. Also coming off the bench. And another ace back-to-back.
Impressive. And that one going high at Dalkey's head. Tough to track deep in the court with that much pace.
But it's more than just pace, isn't it, Holly?
Yes, definitely. It's pace to space, and that's what makes it tough to pass. I mean, she is putting on a clinic right now. I'm really impressed by the way she's turning her hand, making that ball veer away from the passers.
Look at that. Maddox on a real run. They want to keep her at the service line, and they will. Lauren Jardine with the kill. When you say pace to space, you're talking about in the seams, right?
Yeah, you've got 3 passers usually across the court, and you're hitting those seams. So the players have to communicate, and if they don't, that ball's going to drop.
Another very good start for Vegas. Nice response by Tabron. Jardine, tough chance, smart shot. Bedard-Hani, that off the noggin that time of an eye. Really good cover by DeFalco. point of the match so far. Van Buskirk, 7 for Vegas with a kill.
Love the defense, both sides of the court, but Lane Van Buskirk really making herself available in transition, and that was the key to winning this long rally. Look at DeFalco all over that dub set, but Van Buskirk works with her feet to get in position to kill that ball.
We're going to go to break, but Vegas up 6-1. San Diego's got them exactly where they want them. They led 5-0 at the beginning of the first set and 16-11 at the second technical timeout. But Taiba Hanif Park couldn't wait for the 8-point technical timeout.
And she did that in the first set as well, and able to slow down the momentum of the Vegas Thrill team. Vegas Thrill, they want to keep this pace in this playing ahead of the point throughout the second set.
Vegas led by 5. That's a graphic they're not going to want to remember. Led by 5 on 3 different occasions in the opening set. 16-11, but good response by San Diego, coming all the way back to tie it at 20 before the teams went into the red zone. Back with 3-time Olympian bronze medalist and NCAA champ Holly McPeak. I'm Paul Sunderland. What an interesting day so far. Atlanta, 11 in a row. What would you say about Atlanta, the vibe, and what's taken them on this win streak?
Gosh, I mean, they have the talent, but I just feel like their offense is really smooth. Their defense, Morgan Hentz, Leah Edmonds doing a fantastic job. They've just settled into a really good place, and they're executing at an incredibly high level going into Omaha and sweeping. Big deal.
Glad you mentioned Morgan Hentz. Nice save by Dayon Lee. I'll finish the thought on the Stanford All-American and national champion in a moment. Lane Van Buskirk again showing a lot more heat, but Morgan Hentz was selected. Bedard on knee took a really tough shot from Van Buskirk, who's, as we mentioned, showing more heat.
I have not seen her put this much pace on the ball. The connection, Graham to Van Buskirk, really paying off for the Vegas Thrill.
Bedard on knee as the opposite, not in serve reception, so having a moment to recover. But congratulations to Morgan Hentz from Atlanta, the Pro Volleyball Federation Player of the Week. And it's about time that a Libero won that award.
Amen. I agree. I mean, I think Morgan Hentz dominates every match, but finally getting the weekly honor.
That's a position around the Pro Volleyball Federation that is absolutely loaded. It's going to be a double contact. Oh, and net violation called against Graham.
Yeah, ball too tight to the net, and Carly Graham, that's trying to go up and save it.
Here is Tabron, came in to replace Janasia Moore relatively early in that opening set. That's a good read. Very nicely done that time by Anat.
The Vegas Thrill do a nice job drawing the block inside, opening up that little short tip. Vegas Thrill up 8 over San Diego Mojo 3.
3 times a national champion at Stanford, twice the National Defensive Player of the Year. Morgan Hentz is worth the price of a ticket, maybe more than maybe a very valuable courtside seat. A dynamic player at the Libero.
Morgan Hentz, one of those players who can change a game plan. You have to avoid her, or try to. Puts up incredible passing numbers and covers a very large territory called Hentzville, usually on the left side of the court.
And it's growing. There's a new subdivision.
She's a real estate tycoon.
Yeah, there she is. Keeps adding neighborhoods. I'm going to ask you a question here in a couple of minutes. I'll ask you right now, Holly. I think the Libero position is one of the strongest around the Pro Volleyball Federation. Who would you put in that elite mix?
Elena Scott. I think she is superb, something special. I think Ogilvy of Grand Rapids Rise has been doing a really nice job as well. We already talked about Morgan Hentz. Shara Venegas has been impressive as well.
Camila Gomez for Omaha.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, the list is long.
It is long. It is long. And U.S. Olympic team head coach Eric Sullivan, who's going to start national team tryouts in the next little while, I'm sure is taking full note of some of the talent at that position around the Pro Volleyball Federation. Jardine misses that just out of bounds. If you're just joining us, San Diego won the opening set 25-23 after trailing 3 times by as many as 5 points. Once again, Vegas got out to the quick 6-1 lead and now on top 9-5. That ball tucked down inside Pittman. Adora Anai you don't want to serve her above the waist because she's got catcher's mitts for hands. She could play for the Padres.
Her overhand passing she makes it look so easy because of that hand size.
When we were in Orlando earlier in the year, when she was playing for the Valkyries, I had noticed that particular skill. Nice play by Dalkey again. And I went up and said hello, and I said, her hands are bigger than mine.
Yeah.
Bigger than mine. No exaggeration.
No, that doesn't surprise me.
It surprised me. 10-6 is the advantage. Here is Dalkey. Maddox, perfect pass. Ball left a little inside. Dayoung Lee, good effort. Pittman is dug. Free ball coming. Good recovery by Venegas. Block touch. Pittman doing good work out of the middle, offense to defense. Tabron. Magnificent point, Holly. Finished off nicely. Quality swing by Tabron.
Tabron just makes really calm, smart decisions. Again, to that deep corner. She's making a living off that swing.
See? It's in right over there. Similar to the opening set, you just cannot keep the mojo down. This is coming to Bedard on knee. And through a seam in the block and out of bounds. We talk about velocity, but is it different when it's a heavy ball, and how is it different?
Well, I mean, I think velocity doesn't give you the time to react, and heavier makes it even more difficult to control as a defensive player. That one carries wide, but Bedard called it out.
Looks to be fully recovered. Easy for me to say after she took a shot to the face by Lane Van Busker, and that ball flailed out of bounds. And here comes San Diego finding their mojo.
One of the things San Diego Mojo does really well is they lead the PVF in digs per set. They're very good at block touches. They're third in blocks per set, but they control a lot of balls off their block. 4-0
run now for San Diego. And right back in it. We mentioned earlier a very, very interesting result, record-setting result. Atlanta goes into Omaha. It was a deuce first set, 27-25, but after that, 25-18, 25-19. Atlanta wins their 11th in a row against Brooke Nunaviller in Omaha.
Atlanta's the hottest team in the PVF right now. We've seen different teams take over that title. It was Orlando early on, then it was Omaha, and now it's Atlanta.
And Atlanta's interesting because they started the season at 4-5, and I went back and looked, and twice this year they've had 3-match losing streaks, but here they are, the hottest team in the league with just 2 more matches to play before the playoffs. Aiko Jones has come in and done a nice job at the opposite. Merritt Beeson playing now in the dub sub, along with Mia Tuaniga. Dalkey has advertised 4 kills on 10 swings. Maddox has become a much better receiver. Jardine out of the back row. You mentioned all the block touches. This is a perfect example. And on knee. Footwork adjustment in order to get to that ball.
The other thing I saw at San Diego's practice this morning is their focus was on transition. If you can control that block touch, this allows you to have this opportunity on the right pin. Bedard Honey.
These teams will play one more time, the last match of the year for both of them respectively. Jardine has been slowed. Reagan Pittman, who really enjoys herself every match out.
That last approach by Jardine, she slows down, so the timing and rhythm's a little bit off, and that plays in to Maya Tabron, who's disciplined in her position, blocking that left side.
6-0 run for Dalkey. Mentioned that these two teams will play the final match of the year. It is actually next Friday in Vegas. If I'm not mistaken, we'll be there for that, Holly.
We will.
Before we go on to Atlanta. That ball served just out of bounds. Oblad back at the line. Yep. level of play has been very impressive so far. Good in reception. Both teams block defense, working well together. Dalkey, a perfect example. What a good reception by Kendra Dalkey.
Kendra Dalkey does it all. We talked about glue players. She's that player for San Diego. But how about Reagan Pittman? Look at the confidence, the drive on her approach. Boom, kill out of the middle.
Cameron Hanna on the floor now, the national champion from Penn State. Both teams, as you mentioned, Holly, very deep, and the coaches will not waste time. Another really good adjustment. Not a good set that time by Dayun Lee, but a really good adjustment by Bedard Ani.
Bedard Ani has international experience. She's played against some of the best, and she is getting her feet there and hitting a good spot of the court away from the defense.
13-11 after trailing big early. Bedard Ani really doing a good job in the blocking phase as well. And tapped down by Van Buskirk.
Lane Van Buskirk has been so impressive. Earlier on in this season, she was more of a blocking middle blocker, but now really making herself available in transition.
Hitting 306 in terms of efficiency. That's a good number. League leader is Corey Lewis, way up above 375. Natalie Foster having a very good year in terms of hitting efficiency as well. Both of them rookies, Corey Lewis out of Florida State, Natalie Foster out of SMU. Natalie Foster, the no question the front runner for Rookie of the Year. Holly, I will ask you again. You were focusing on Cameron Hanna back to serve, who missed it just out of bounds. I know. You were locked in.
I was distracted. Did you ask me a question?
I did. I said, is Natalie Foster the front runner for Rookie of the Year?
Yes, I would say so. I think Corey Lewis has been impressive for Atlanta as well.
Foster
but
leads.
Foster from service aces and then put up great numbers today offensively.
6 more aces against Columbus. And speaking of aces, thank you, Yasmin Bedard Ani, right on time. Natalie Foster among the league leaders in hitting efficiency. A new record now, 57 aces. 2 matches, she's had 6 aces, and another match she's had 5. That's just silly. Bedard Ani, not good hand contact, missed that out of bounds, but look at this. San Diego again after trailing big early. I think they trailed 6-1 to start this second set. And Taiba Hanif Park, last year's Coach of the Year in the PVF, showing you exactly why. No slowing down here. We got to take a timeout. What's the problem right now on the side of Vegas?
Inconsistency, too many errors, and they need to minimize those. Jardine came out, she was making some errors. Now Hanna in on that right side.
16-13 at the second technical timeout here in America's finest city. Welcome back live to San Diego. This is the Pro Volleyball Federation coming your way on Roku Sports Channel. Third meeting of the year between the Mojo and the Vegas Thrill. Coming off a really big win at Indy, 3-2. Passed exceptionally well, but Yasmin Bedard Ani took a real shot. She didn't need any waking up. You didn't need to make her any more angry. She's been very, very good since the very beginning, as has Shara Venegas, the outstanding libero. Bedard Ani, 7 of 13, hitting .462. Easy serve, Maddox. No trouble with that.
Good first contact by Maddox, and Alicia Childress just going right to the middle. Easy ball. San Diego Mojo needs to make sure they're recognizing the setters in the front row and can attack.
Flash Childress on, not as part of the double sub. Veronica Stone on the slide, but missed that into the top of the tape. So a setting change. Carly Graham got the start, and now Alicia Glass Childress, the Olympic bronze medalist, voted the most outstanding setter at the Rio Olympic Games, now on. A very full life, mother of 3, Lives in nearby Orange County. When she's not playing volleyball, she said I talked to Alicia before the match. She was going to go up and visit her daughters after the match and had some time with them as well yesterday. Although traffic kind of got in the way. I know a little bit about that.
Yes.
I saw a lot of the Southern California landscape on my way down today, and it was going by very slowly. Took me almost 5 hours from Malibu to San Diego, but who's complaining? Dai-Young Lee with a big stuff.
Too many errors by the Vegas Thrill team, but the defense at the net for San Diego Mojo. Dai-Young Lee got this one on the right side, gets out, sees that it's going outside, and just seals her line.
Mentioned Cameron Hanna on. She's now in for Lauren Jardine, who got off to a really good start. Nice play by Dalkey. Oh, that's a good swing. Bedard on knee looking for the touch, but not good top spin on that. Just missed it out of bounds. I like the swing. There's Alicia Glass-Childress. What a career she had. 3 times a national champion for Russ Rose at Penn State, and then a fabulous international career. Dai-Young Lee again, a little bit offensive.
Pass is tight to the net. Dai-Young Lee knows to go deep to that corner. Good aggressive play at the net by her.
San Diego at 8-15, Vegas at 9-14. Not mathematically eliminated, but they both have to win out. I think whoever loses this match is absolutely done. Nice dig by Lee. And Dalkey gets roofed. Cameron Hanna with the stuff.
Cameron Hanna on that right pin, just so physical. She knows that ball's going out to the left pin because Pittman in the middle setting it. Look at her get up and over. Good stop versus Dalkey.
There is an eye. Vegas right on target. And Bedard on knee again. Really good offense.
And Dai-Young Lee hesitates on her delivery, forcing the middle blocker on the other side of the net to wait a little bit longer, and then she's late getting out, and Bedard on knee works off the outside hand.
Tough serve, overpass, Pittman, and puts that ball away, number 21 in blue.
I love watching Reagan Pittman play. She's such a competitor. She is in it to win it every play.
Had a fantastic career as a multi-time All-American for the Golden Gophers. Now moving on into the professional ranks, 21-17 is the advantage. Reagan Pittman averaging just under 2 kills per set, blocking very, very effectively as well. Had 7 stuffs, a season high against this same Vegas team.
Reagan Pittman drives. Just as a setter, when you see a middle blocker driving, making herself available, wanting that ball, you want to feed her, and Dai-Young Lee is finding Pittman often.
Reagan Pittman, 6 of 9, no errors right now. As far as team totals, San Diego is hitting 276, and on the other end, Vegas at 179. Pittman and the San Diego Mojo also doing a very nice job in the blocking phase. 8 blocks to only 4 for Vegas. We'll have these 2 teams for you next Friday night. Ollie and Peek and I will be in Vegas before we jet off to Atlanta. Quick back-to-back trip. Hanna! Tabron with the stuff. One rookie against another.
Maya Tabron is underrated as a left side blocker. She is so good at defending her position at the net. Cameron Hanna's got a heck of an arm, and Tabron up and over early.
Dalkey with some service pressure. Good save that time by Glass. Coming back to Maddox, block touch. Dalkey, Venegas is there. Must have if you're Vegas. Good save again by Glass-Childress. Dai-Young Lee with the pancake. Tabron is roofed by Oblad. Tough chance.
How about that pancake by Dai-Young Lee to keep the ball off the ground for San Diego? Wow.
Wasn't full extension. She was almost on her. She was there so early. It was such a good read. Do we give her a pan? Yeah. We give her the cake, not the pan.
Okay.
And a no, that thrown down out of the middle by Van Buskirk, but they called a carry ball on that. It's been a point of emphasis. Van Buskirk, what's your thought, Holly?
I do think she held on to it for a little bit too long. You're allowed to throw it down, but not carry it.
Ramon Hernandez-Cruz is offering our first referee a very happy birthday.
That's a red card.
Oh, he got a red.
That's a point.
Wow. First a yellow card, then a red, and that is going to cost Vegas a point.
Charity Looper walking her coach back to the bench.
Nikki Cottle is the first referee, and she had heard quite enough. I agree with you, Holly. I thought it was a carry. But Coach Hernandez-Cruz is just fighting for his player. He's fighting for his team. That ball hit out of bounds, and now Vegas is really rattled. And set points now for San Diego. No, excuse me. That ball was hit out of bounds. That was a set point and a conversion. Ball hit out of bounds by Hannah Maddox, and San Diego goes on top 2-0. Came back to win the first 25-23. Came back once again to win the second 25-18 after they trailed. Was it 6-1 early? Very, very impressive run by San Diego. 8-15 on the year. And now let's go over to Holly McPeak with a very special guest.
Two slow starts, the first and second set. What's happening?
I think we're just a little bit slow to it right now, but we seem to be finding it sort of middle of the game, which is good. But hopefully we can come out in this third set a little bit stronger, a little bit more focused, and not let it be a 5-0 lead. Would be good.
What kind of adjustments did you guys make after those slow starts?
I think we just started playing harder, better defense. We started getting more balls up, more controlled, and then we're able to run our offense and be spread out. I think when we're kind of too far off the net, we can't do what we want, and so when we got closer, it was better for us.
All right, thanks. Good luck. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Holly. That is Yasmin Bedard-Ani, who took a really tough shot inadvertently from Lane Van Buskirk, but boy, did she bounce back and have a wonderful first set. Not only 8 kills, but also 6 digs as San Diego leads it 2-0. Welcome back to what is a paradise of San Diego, the Hotel Del Coronado. Been on that spot for decades and decades. Stayed there a few times. Beautiful beaches right out in front. What a city is San Diego, and what a team right now are the San Diego Mojos. They like being behind, and then they lean on Yasmin Bedard-Ani.
She has been impressive. 8 kills, flying out of the back row. Big serve from the back line, and some good defensive block touches and stops at the net. Really doing it all on the right side for the San Diego Mojo. But it's been a team effort after 2 slow starts in the first and second set.
San Diego trailed 18-12 in the first, came back and won. They trailed 7-1 in the second, and you got it, came back and won again. Third set coming up right after this. San Diego clinging to their slim playoff hopes at 8-15, currently on the outside looking in, but up 2-0 over the visitors from Vegas. Charity Looper will get the start in the left front out of Louisville. Had an outstanding collegiate career, started at UCLA, still wears that big leg brace. ACL injury early in her career, went on to play for the Louisville Cardinals and had a magnificent career. Morgan Stout also into the lineup, one of the outstanding rookies wearing number 5. A little bit of confusion here. Submit your lineup. Van Buskirk is out. Oblad is in. Tegan DeFalco will come on to replace Oblad. And Carly Graham is back on the setting position, as is Lauren Jardine.
But Vegas Thrill making some big adjustments. Morgan Stout, Lauren Jardine back in, and now Charity Looper in the back row opposite Anai.
Well, you can't sit pat after you've given up those kind of leads. I mean, at worst, it should be a 1 set apiece.
And Ramon Hernandez-Cruz has done this all season long. He is not afraid to make some changes.
Morgan Stout, 6'1", rookie middle blocker out of Wichita State. Hitting .333 on the year, and we've had her a few times and been pretty impressive. Not a good set to Anai. That was almost just inside the 3-meter line, but Anai, ever crafty, able to carve it off the outside block. Just underway. Your third set with Holly McPeak, 3-time Olympian bronze medalist, NCAA champ. I'm Paul Sunderland. Thanks for joining us. Pro Volleyball Federation regular season is winding down. In very, very quick order, the championship will be held in Las Vegas at the Lee's Family Forum. Semifinals on the 9th. The match for $1 million on the 11th. There is Maya Tabron. Been very good when she came in for Janasia Moore. Combination play, and Lauren Jardine, like she started this match, but could not continue it on.
Little combination, slower set, but using Jardine again out of the middle, catches the back line.
Total of 13 hitting errors in the first couple of sets for Jardine and Vegas. That has been their undoing. Very good blocking, 9 in total for San Diego. Anai. Venegas. And people aren't there to follow. You gotta follow. Come on, get after it. Good hustle by Venegas.
Anytime you see an athlete on your team chasing this ball down, goes high off the hand of Tabron. Venegas, one arm, and then doesn't get back to her team. Like
Alicia Glass, played for her native Puerto Rico in the 2016 Olympic Games. Now 32 years of age, a grizzled vet. But liberos are a little bit like setters. They can play forever. Look at this. San Diego's got Vegas exactly where they want them.
Right? Almost a mirror image of the first two sets.
Not a good toss that time by Jardine, and she knew it. Veronica Stone will go back to the line. Vegas had big leads in the first couple of sets. By 5 on 3 occasions, by as many as 6 on 1 occasion in the opening set, and 6 again. Working on an eye. Charity Looper, really good heat by number 2 for Vegas.
Charity Looper, who played most part of the first part of the season for the Vegas Show. Perfect pass, and then comes right down the pipe, one-on-one. Beautiful kill out of the back row.
Played in the inaugural All-Star game for the Pro Volleyball Federation. Nice swing by Dalkey. That's just very smart.
And Carly Graham, as a blocker for the Vegas Throw, wants it back. Dalkey, really smart tool off the block.
Anai again. Do not serve Adora Anai. Oh, good block. Your halftime guest, if you will, Yasmin Bedardani, means business coming out for the third.
It's 6'3", big presence on that right pin. She gets up and gets all of that solo block on Looper.
Working on Looper, the front row attacker. Venegas, very good set in transition. Looper again. Charity Looper is injured. She's hopping around on one foot. Might have come down awkwardly. Charity Looper is injured. Injured during the rally. Teammates consoling her, trying to walk it off. There's Charity Looper, 5'9" outside hitter, originally from Dallas, Texas.
Scary moment.
Animatics will come back on. Looper wanted to stay on. Yeah. Well, the best for Charity Looper. It's the most common injury in volleyball. There's an awful lot of traffic around that center line. You land on a teammate or land on an opponent. She will get looked at by the medical staff. It's going to have a challenge mid-rally, which is perfectly allowable.
Net touch, mid-rally.
So San Diego is challenging this Taiba Hanif Park, And one of her assistants, Deidre Collins Parker, who used to be the head coach here at San Diego State, had a magnificent playing career. A couple of times a national champion, played in the Olympic Games. It's a pretty decorated coaching staff for the San Diego Mojo.
You could say that.
I did. Thank you.
Yes.
So challenging mid-rally, that is allowable. Very different from the college game where you can only challenge the final action. But in international volleyball, the Olympic Games, World Championships, World Cup, VNL, etc., the Volleyball Nations League, or the Pro Volleyball Federation, you can challenge mid-rally. So we're looking for a net touch on Las Vegas. Oh, once again, the lead for Vegas, which was 5-1, has disappeared, and there is no net violation. So San Diego has one challenge remaining for the entirety of this third set. Good pass by Maddox. And Adora and Nye missed it out of bounds. Play developed nicely, but Anai just ran out of real estate. Working on Maddox. Right side. Venegas tried to get to that, but the high flyer. Lauren Jardine, legally, out of the back row, you have to take off behind the 3-meter line. That ball was set at about 4 feet off the net.
And a player as dynamic as she is, you do want to lead her that much.
Yep. That's a good delivery. Dayoung Lee finding Pittman.
For San Diego Mojo, that connection between Dayoung Lee, the setter, and Reagan Pittman, that is a hard set to deliver, and Reagan Pittman able to score.
We've come to the first technical timeout, and here comes San Diego. Franklin Sports is a proud partner of the Pro Volleyball Federation, coming your way on the Roku Sports Channel. I miss the warm water of San Diego. I live well north now. I live up in the hinterlands in the north end of Malibu. Water's freezing. I remember when we lived down here, it was just in the 70s, and you get spoiled. Viejas Arena on the campus of San Diego State University. Magnificent facility. I've done basketball here. The first volleyball match I've ever done here.
Me too. It's a nice arena.
It really is. It's steep. All the fans are right on top of you. Here is Kendra Dahlke. Molly, you featured her before this match, and she's been solid. Very consistent, very smart. Makes very few errors in any phase of the game. That's a poor pass. Graham on the run. Taken down inside. Hannah Maddox, nicely done.
Hannah Maddox, that time from way off the net, but you would call that out of system play, and she's still able to side out.
San Diego had been using Schroll and DeFalco, one in reception and one in defense, but now just going with one libero. Right side to Jardine is blocked. Tabron again.
Tabron has been so impressive. That's her third or fourth block, and she's has a big task trying to slow down Lauren Jardine on that right side. Look at her get up and over, hands just straight over the net. Beautiful defensive stop from the San Diego Mojo.
And blocking is such a difficult skill to learn. You never perfect it, but nicely done by Maya Tabron. 11 scoring blocks now for San Diego. Big difference in this match. Nye again with that expert overhand reception, and the first kill. The Wichita State Shockers' Morgan Stout. Played with Natalie Foster for a year at Wichita State.
That's an impressive middle blocker duo. A Nye overhand pass, and then Morgan Stout driving out of the middle down that gap.
Here's Maddox. Beautifully, perfectly handled. And Bedardani right over the top of the block. Wow, that's side-out volleyball.
Well, handling the pace on that serve from Hannah Maddox, beautiful, right to Dayoung Lee, and then Bedard Hani goes high seam.
9 kills on 19 swings, 6 digs, 3 blocks as well for the former Longhorn. Oh, good reaction that time by Dayoung Lee. And Anai with a kill off the edge. Ramon Hernandez Cruz still exchanging pleasantries with the first referee. Just trying to support his team. It's all part of the game. He did again. If you're just joining us, he got a red card in the second set. And he deserved it. He deserved every bit of that red card. Red card cost your team a point. Basically means shut up, I've had enough. Oh, what a really good set in transition. Maddox stepping in. That is not a good set, but Anai knows what to do with it. Adora Anai taking out the trash.
Really impressive swing. This ball needs to be in front of the 3-meter line in transition. Granted, it's Hannah Maddox, a non-setter, putting it up there. But Adora Anai goes to work high off the hand.
Tabron, perfect pass, and Ronica Stone. That was a good delivery, Ronica Stone. Does it make it harder with all that tape on her hands and thumbs and
I
wrists
would think
and everything?
so. Think about hand contact.
Yeah.
You can't feel it when you've got almost a splint on your fingers.
Dayoung Lee, nicely done. Mentioned early on that she was left-handed. Might see a little bit of offense from number 19 in blue.
You know what I learned today? She has an identical twin sister. She's an outside hitter, but they're identical.
11th season as a professional. 3 times the best setter in the Korean League, which is a very, very good league. Italy, Russia, Turkey, Japan, China, basically the top leagues, but Korea right there as well. They attract a lot of foreign talent. 13-11, must-win situation for Vegas, trailing 2-0. Jardine. On the slide, right into the campfire.
The claw. She got her hand on that one, throws it to the middle of the court. The pace of this set goes so fast behind Dayoung Lee, it's tough to get out there as a block.
Ronica Stone now 4 kills on 11 swings. Out of system here, tough chance for Jardine. About 14 feet off the net. Bedard Hani. What a good set. Beautifully done by Graham, throwing it in the middle that time to Oblad.
Berkeley Oblad wanted that ball too in transition. Even though Carly Graham was at about the 3-meter line, you see her right on that 3-meter line. She makes herself available. Beautiful transition attack out of the middle.
Yeah, that is really good work, and excellent point, Holly, by Oblad to make herself available, because otherwise you're just throwing it up high outside and the defense is set. That ball missed out of bounds, and I will continue to serve. We'll have a technical timeout, the second at 16. Dug by Anai. Oh, you got to keep that ball on your side of the net. DeFalco hung in there after she made the mistake. Donkey! Off the top of the tape and out of bounds. Looking for a touch on the defender, not there, and we've come to the second technical timeout with Vegas leading 16-12. Must win this set in order to keep things going here in San Diego. Back with more Pro Volleyball Federation on Roku. The Lee's Family Forum just outside Las Vegas will host the second Pro Volleyball Federation Championship on May 9, the semifinals, and the championship on the 11th. The top 4 Pro Volleyball Federation teams will face off for the opportunity to earn a cool $1 million prize. All session tickets, which give access to all 3 matches, start at just $49 and are on sale right now at provolleyball.com/tickets.
Every time I ever competed in Vegas, every one of my family and friends was like, oh, I want to come, out of nowhere. It's a fun place, and I'll tell you, the weather's going to be beautiful, nice and warm.
It's a really good time of year in Las Vegas, no question about that. See some tremendous volleyball and $1 million waiting at the conclusion. Dalkey, nice dug by DeFalco. Nice dig by DeFalco. Jardine through the block and down. And Vegas rolling right now. This has been a streaky match.
Can they continue it? That's been the question. They've started the sets really strong and then had big lapses.
4-0 run now for Anai and Vegas. Pittman and Jardine can't make the reaction dig out of the right back, area 1.
I love a good connection between setter and middle blocker. And Pittman just relentless attacking that 3-set, that gap set between the two blockers.
Working on Maddox, passing to attack. Jardine out of the back row. Good cover. Really good hustle by Dayoung Lee. And Kendra Dalkey with a kill in trans.
Kendra Dalkey has had to take some tough swings. Look at this ball off the cover play. What a rundown. Char-Venegas pushes it and then down that line. Beautiful kill.
Block touch by Pittman. Trying to get back in offensively. Bedard on knee's been a little bit quiet here, but that time going with the off-speed away from Graham. Bedard on knee led San Diego in kills through the first couple of sets. She now is in double figures with 10 to go along with 9 digs.
San Diego has come alive in the middle, getting Pittman the ball as much as possible.
Oh, this is a good timeout. I was just looking at the score. I'm going, wait a minute. Pressure back on Vegas once again. A very smart timeout by head coach Ramon Hernandez-Cruz. It's not for lack of getting leads. It's for lack of being able to keep leads right now for Vegas. Once again, the conclusion of a very important and busy day around the Pro Volleyball Federation. Atlanta, Omaha, and Orlando have booked their tickets to Vegas. Atlanta has won 11 in a row earlier today over Omaha, in Omaha, 3-0. Indy clinging to that 4th and final spot, but they have lost 4 in a row, including earlier today, 3-1 to Grand Rapids. What's your diagnosis of what ails Indy?
It's hard to say. I mean, Katie Baird has come in and put up some really nice numbers, but I believe 4 of the last 6 matches they've lost. And, they've got to turn it around. You want to have momentum. You want to have confidence going into that Final Four or that, that playoff of 4 teams. So confidence is really important. In Grand Rapids, Bryce has nothing to lose. They're going for it.
I'll give you the schedule for Indy and for Grand Rapids because it's going to come down to those 2 teams for the final playoff spot. Venegas tight. Oh, nice play by Pittman. What a beautiful jump set by the middle blocker.
Reagan Pittman, her volleyball IQ is amazing. And the way she just steps in. Look at this. Char-Venegas steps in. She jump sets that ball. Perfect delivery, and then Dalkey knows where to put it.
Have to appreciate that. San Diego now trailing by 1. When I get a moment, since we looked at the standings, I'll run you through those remaining schedules. Graham smartly down and that off of Bedard on knee. I'll get to it quickly. Indy's lost 4 in a row, and the 4 losses to Columbus, Grand Rapids twice, and to Vegas. So Indy is home to Orlando, home to San Diego, home to Atlanta, and at San Diego. I think they need just 1 more win.
Well, with Grand Rapids at their heels, I think they need 2 wins.
That was a fantastic swing by Maddox. 2 would make it a done deal. I agree with you, Holly. And on the other side for Grand Rapids, they're at Atlanta, who's won 11 in a row, home to Orlando, and then home to Omaha. Perfect pass by Tabron. Anai. Boy, Hannah Maddox, she's got her game face on right now.
And Anai playing middle back defense for the Vegas Thrill. Beautiful dig to set up that transition play for Vegas Thrill.
Hannah Maddox out of South Alabama, not necessarily known as a volleyball hotbed. I mean, no disrespect, but she came on the scene last year along with Reagan Cooper. Everybody was going, wow, this young woman has got tremendous volleyball talent. And now she's better in reception and really an up-and-comer.
she didn't have the opportunity to play at the highest level, but now she does, and I think she's getting better in all those little areas.
We talked to head coach Ramon Hernandez-Cruz a couple of weeks ago when we had Las Vegas, and asking about Hannah Maddox, and just saying, you know, she carries such a big load. She made the all-star team this year, but carries such a big, she needs some more help, and needs some people to step in and cover and take some reception pressure off of her, because right now they're targeting Hannah Maddox in reception and then making her transition also from reception to attacking. Very hard.
Working on her breath there. Hannah Maddox getting locked in.
See, 6 of 28. That kill percentage just is not high enough, in my opinion, for someone of her skills. And she's shown you the last couple of swings how effective she can be. Emotional right now coming out of the timeout. Bedard-Ani, no. Dalkey down the line. Vegas has some separation.
Kendra Dalkey on the right pin here. Pretty good pass. Dayong Lee feeds Dalkey on the right.
Nice pass by Anai. I would not serve her. Good cover that time, but out of bounds. I think DeFalco's been struggling, even though she's the libero. She's been passing at a lower efficiency than has Anai, who stands right in the middle of the court. Ooh, that's a big miss. That ball floated, got on the air current, just drifted out of bounds. That was big.
Can Vegas Thrill finish the set, though? They need to play clean. They need to put the pressure on San Diego.
Pretty good lineup in the front court. Maddox, Stout, along with Jardine. Bedard-Ani. Anai again. Beautiful dig by Adora Anai.
Adora Anai, playing middle back defense for the Vegas Thrill, has come up with some really nice digs, and that allows them to attack at a higher clip. And you see it here, another good control off her platform, and then Jardine does the rest.
Anai now with 14 digs, and Reagan Pittman missed it out of bounds. And timeout is going to be called by San Diego, running out of time here. Pittman, good connection, but just missed it wide. Vegas leading 23-18. San Diego won the opening set after trailing by as many as 6. On one occasion, San Diego wins at 25-23. San Diego on top of Vegas again, 25-18. Talked about Atlanta, we've talked about Indy, talked about Grand Rapids, we've talked about these two teams. What are your thoughts about Omaha as the season winds down?
Omaha's used so many different lineups lately. They've got incredible depth. At times they look unstoppable, but then they've shown some vulnerability, especially lately.
And Brooke Nuneviller certainly among the favorites for the most valuable player award on the season. Brooke Nuneviller, tremendous last year when she won a championship with Omaha, and hoping to make it back-to-back.
Brooke Nuneviller is special. She does not take a play off. She's a fantastic leader. And according to her coach, she just brings it. Every play, every practice, every game, no matter what. And the team around her needs to obviously keep it a high level.
Her attacking gets the headlines, but very much improved in reception, and also among the league leaders in digs. And she's not a bro. Maddox taking some big swings, swatting that one back. Bedard-Ani into the cross court. Had to have if you're San Diego. Has Dayong Lee gone away from Bedard-Ani a little too much?
Well, she got her middles involved. You don't want to be a one-trick pony. You want to use everybody, but going back to her now, I think it's a good thing. 23-19, comfortable lead. Do I dare say that? I do now. 24-19, Morgan Stout, good substitution off the bench for Vegas with a kill. Vegas Thrill have minimized errors, and I think that's one of the difference in the set.
Set point number 1, and Adora Anai receiving and in defense has been fantastic. Set point number 1. And that missed out of bounds, but plenty of margin. I'm glad to see Maddox going for that one. No reason to hold anything back. So Maddox available to hit out of the back row. Jardine up front, Stout in the middle, Anai on the left. Do not serve Adora Anai. Dalkey off the top of the block and then off of Maddox. One set point save.
Big kill out of the back row by Dalkey. Pressure right now on Vegas. They need a big side out, and this is a good swing high off the hands. That one gets away from Maddox.
Bedard on knee is a weapon from the service line. Might as well go for it here. And does. DeFalco up to it. Jardine and got it down the line. And Vegas must-win situation, and they're able to not only start well, but for a change based on the first couple of sets, they were able to finish. Vegas on the board. They take the third set, 25-21. You're watching the Pro Volleyball Federation on Roku. Vegas, with their backs up against it, gets on the board 25-21, and Holly McPeak 351 in terms of hitting efficiency for Vegas in that third set. Very impressive.
Incredible. What a difference. And there are a lot of substitutions sparked a difference. Even though Vegas Thrill hitting 198 in the match, they were 351 in the third set. You see the obvious advantage in blocks. That has been a huge difference early in, especially in the first two sets.
351. I mean, you go back through the opening set, 171, then they dropped to 061 in the second set, which they lost decisively, 25-18, even though they led early, and then come out and hit 351. Very, very nicely done. Morgan Stout into the lineup. Hannah Maddox, who was out of the match for a little bit, came back in and really took some good swings towards the end of that third set. So Berkeley Oblad for Vegas, they come in once again, both of these teams not mathematically eliminated, but I will go out on a limb and say the loser of this match is out of the playoff hunt. It's going to come down to Vegas and Grand Rapids, and then you're going to need an awful lot of help. Berkeley Oblad, like Jardine, out of the University of Utah. Underway. Good save by Vegas. Bedard on the into the cross court, dug by Jardine, but could not control it. Number 15 in blue, her numbers now with 12 kills on 27 swings.
Carly Graham, yeah, she went down. I'm not sure if she slipped.
Wet spot pursuing that ball and went down hard. And nothing's going down easy, nor should it. There's Bedardani. She's done some damage from the service line. Already has 2 aces. Very good set out of system. The communication issue there. Ball poked up by Dalkey, but nice work. Morgan Stout makes herself available. Morgan
Stout found that ball. It wasn't in the perfect location, got a little bit away from her, but she found it and knew exactly where to put it in the middle of the court.
Third meeting between these two teams. Series stands at 1 apiece. Good serve against Tabron. Dalkey tracks it down but can't quite get there. And what a smart shot off the right side.
Jardine just took a little bit off of it.
And Adora Anai is so good at the little things. I mean, just is in the right spot, off block deflection, in serve receive. Really a good all-around player. Orlando's going to miss her. I think they already do. Tabron got a piece of the block.
Maya Tabron makes those tough swings look easy. I mean, this is a bump set. Everybody knows it's going out to the left pin, and she makes a good decision. Guess where she goes? To that deep corner.
Mentioned area 1 during a point earlier on. I'll go through the different areas of the court. Everybody can understand what the heck we're talking about. Morgan Stout. I'll get to it because I want to see this block again. This was a very stout stuff.
Morgan Stout, what a talented rookie in the middle, and she plays with so much emotion and fire. She knows it's going out, gets their hands pressed over. Big celebration with her team.
Area 1 is right back, area 2 right front, area 3 is middle front. We'll get to the other 3 momentarily. Good block touch by Stone, and then on the slide. Graham with the dig, DeFalco stepping in. Dalkey. That was not a perfect set. That ball almost drifted down through the hands of Dion Lee. Area 4 is left front. Area 5 is in the left back. Area 6 is in the middle back. Well handled by Venegas. Good set in transition, dug by DeFalco. Off the block and out of bounds by 14 Anai.
Anai has the range to attack any part of the court, and her crossbody swing is so fast. That time she works inside the left hand of Veronica Stone.
Anai now 8 kills on 20 swings to go along with 15 digs. Dalkey. That ball missed out of bounds. And once again, a very, very good start for Vegas. It didn't serve them well in the opening 2 sets, but in the third, they were able to hold on. Timeout is called by San Diego, trailing 6-2. Lauren Jardine getting the start after a season-high 19 kills for Vegas in their win at Indy, 3-2.
14 kills to start this match. She's been impressive. Had a little bit of a lull, I believe it was the 3rd set, but we've seen finesse, power, flying out of the back row, some good serves as well from the back line.
Came off the bench along with Hannah Maddox to lead that victory at Indy once again, 3-2. That was Vegas's 2nd win since February 7th. It was a painful, painful stretch for the Thrill after they started the season very well at 7-2.
They were the reverse sweep queens, weren't they, for a while?
Yeah.
I think they had 3 or 4 of those early.
Well, as we talked about, you know, both of these teams are on the outside looking in, but Vegas has wins over Atlanta, who's won 11 in a row. They have a win over Indy. On the other side, San Diego's beaten Omaha twice just last week in this building, and also a win over Orlando and Indy as well. And Atlanta, it hasn't exactly been a smooth ride. We talked about it. They started 4-5 through 9 matches. You can do the math, and lost 3 in a row on 2 separate occasions, and have now put together a new record, 11 straight wins for Atlanta earlier today over Omaha, 3-0.
You see the Vegas Thrill 9-2 record in 5-set matches. They've extended a bunch. Trying to do that tonight.
Good block. Work by Anai. And off the block this time and out of bounds on Stout.
Pittman back in the match for the Mojo. She's been a spark.
Wearing number 21 up front. The blocking battle, if you will. She and Veronica Stone have certainly led the way on that. Dig by Tabron, right on target. Bedard on knee is stopped by Anai.
We talked about the blocking of Maya Tabron, but Anai using those big hands defensively. 2 blocks in a row for the Vegas Thrill.
Little communication by Daeyoung Lee along with Bedard Ani. If Bedard Ani wants a little more altitude under that set. Good pass again. There's Pittman. Smart shot. Reagan Pittman, very nicely done. It was presidential.
Just the Midas touch by Reagan Pittman, recognizing the left blocker came over to help, and that leaves that tip open.
Wow, that is an impressive kill. And coming to the opening technical timeout here in the 4th set, Lauren Jardine is starting to get closer and closer to a new season high with 19 the other night in the win over Indy. We'll step aside. Vegas and San Diego. Yes, we are. The Vegas Thrill holding on to a lead in the 3rd set after giving up a couple of big cushions in the first 2 sets to San Diego. Back with Holly McBeak. I'm Paul Sunderland, coming your way on Roku. Vegas on top 8-4. Constant communication. Jardine back at the line. What area do you want me to serve? Once again, we gave those to you 1 through 6. How about area 1 with an A+?
I just say go for it if you're Lauren Jardine.
That was really nicely done.
Precise location.
Yep. Slicing it off short. Dalkey, good first contact. Working through the seam. Vegas's defense has really picked up. That's going to be a net violation on Graham. Acknowledges it immediately. (25-23) San Diego, 25-18. Also the Mojo before Vegas got on the board in the 3rd. Anai again with a perfect overhand reception.
I love the way Adora Anai of the Vegas Thrill asserts herself in serve receive. She steps into that gap between the 2 passers. That allows Graham to run Oblad out of the middle.
Timing not there. Daeyoung Lee working with Bedard Ani. And high, hard swing, but missed by Maddox. We'll see where San Diego goes now with this serve from Pittman. Adora Anai is in area 1. That's in the right back.
I say avoid Adora Anai the way she's passing the ball.
Never serve her another ball. That was easy to DeFalco. Oh, big block, but that went down inside of Tabron.
Tabron so good at getting over the net quickly, does not do that when she comes into the middle to help Ronica Stone.
Oh, the ball drops. That was a gift for Ronica Stone.
Carly Graham and Lauren Jardine were the right side defenders, both front row and back row, and there's just a little bit of hesitation. Who's going to get this ball if nobody gets it?
Bedard Ani. Well handled. That was a heavy serve, and Scout is blocked by 31 Tabron.
Tabron very comfortable on that left pin, and Stout trying to throw it down, but Tabron there defensively. Watch her hands on the blue side of the net. Well done.
And that missed out of bounds. You could hear it. It's a little bit like when I hit it off center with my driver. It just doesn't sound right. And I hear that a lot. Carly Graham, who got the start, gave way to Alicia Glass-Childress for a bit of time, has come back on. Short serve to Stone, and Tabron again. She loves that 4 to 5.
There's a couple things Tabron has done exceptionally well today. It's that deep corner swing, and it's her left side blocking. It's why she's put up such consistent numbers all season long as a rookie for the San Diego Mojo.
12-9 is the advantage. Vegas still looking at a must-win scenario. The loser of this is out of the running to get to the semifinals. We'll come down to Grand Rapids and Indy. That's a good swing. Hannah Maddox again showing you what she's capable of doing.
Hannah Maddox finally getting a swing, a knot against Bedard Hani on that right side. That time Dayoung Lee in front of her.
Taken 33 swings with 7 kills. Lauren Jardine has taken 36. Oh, good serve. Dalkey. Oh, what a block. Lauren Jardine with the stuff.
I loved watching Lauren Jardine in that huddle. You could tell she was locked in, competitive, talking to her team, gets up there, makes a big play. Huge press over the net with both hands. And
Taiba Hanif Park just told Dayoung Lee, you got to set that ball higher out to Dalkey. Big break for San Diego. Unforced error. Very, very rare error for Adora Anai.
Dayoung Lee likes to run a quick offense, but for a player like Dalkey, you want to get her high enough that she can work around that block.
Anai going over the top. Good read by Tabron. Tough chance. Joust coming. Anai. Long run for Dayoung Lee, trying to spin that ball up towards the net. And Kendra Dalkey missed it just out of bounds. That was a good swing.
Kendra Dalkey going for it. That ball was inside off the net, and she misses it by inches wide.
Good block deflection. Oblad is there. Oh, that ball was down. I think that ball was down, and we'll have another challenge. We'll have a mid-rally challenge. So Vegas will be challenging that off-speed shot by
Vegas is challenging a floor touch mid-rally.
I think this should be pretty quick. I thought that ball was clearly down. What do you think, Holly?
It was right behind my monitor. I didn't have the best look at it, but I want to see a replay of it.
The official stand sometimes gets in the way. The monitor.
Always something.
The challenge was called mid-rally, which is allowable in International Volleyball and the Pro Volleyball Federation. Not so in college.
Dalkey's hands under that ball.
Yep. That's a big call. No floor touch and nice work. Wrong again, Paul. Oh.
Ouch.
Dayoung Lee would like to have that one back, no question. We've come to 16. The second technical timeout here in San Diego. Vegas must-win situation, and Reagan Pittman says, let's just keep rolling. We'll get an opportunity to get back in this if history is your guide. Hannah Maddox, number 11, 6'2" outside hitter, made the All-Star team this year, one of the outstanding young talents in the Pro Volleyball Federation. And everybody knows that she's right at the top of the list in the scouting report. It's been hard for her to find some kills, 7 on 33 so far on the night.
San Diego Mojo, they're very strong defensive teams, and that's what the best teams have been doing. They've been keen on Maddox, making it hard for her to score. But she's got 7 kills for the Vegas Thrills so far.
You look at the attack leaders. Lauren Jardine is 16 of 37, hit just under 300. Only 1 ball as she hit out of bounds. So that's a very, very effective night for Jardine, coming off a season-high 19 kills against Indy. Pittman loves that shot, maybe one too many times. And that ball just missed out of bounds. Again, bolt 6, there are no lines, people. It's all done electronically. And that ball ruled out of bounds, making it 16-12.
Jardine trying to go for that corner. I like the idea.
Yeah.
Wow, so
Yep.
close.
And now tries to go down the line and running out of real estate. Dig by Dayoung Lee. And we've got a wet spot. There'll be some maintenance over here, but another kill by Anai. She now has 17 kills on 39 swings. Once again, Atlanta has won 11 in a row. On the other side of the equation, there's always the other side of the equation. Indy has lost 4 in a row when it looked like they had absolutely wrapped up a playoff spot. Atlanta, Omaha, and Orlando have booked their tickets to Vegas. Semifinals on the 9th of May, and that off Tabron, the finals, the match for $1 million, on the 11th. Timeout is called by San Diego, and once again, it's a 6-point lead for Vegas, 18-12 on the timeout. I adore Anai. She is really having a nice night. Very, very good volleyball player.
The addition of Adora Anai, we talk about all the things that she does well, but it's her first contact. When she passes well, a lot of good things happen for the Vegas Thrill. They've got some incredible weapons, but she's also really good at taking the tough swings. When she's out of system, she finds a way to score. She's got that big range of attacks.
Was a solid producer for Orlando earlier on in the year. Not sure of the ins and outs, what transpired there, but eventually was officially released by the Valkyries. And that is certainly an addition for Vegas. Good in so many different phases.
9 kills, 16 digs. She's been fantastic. Middle back defense for the Vegas Thrill, and right now Vegas Thrill are playing like they have nothing to lose in managing their game.
I hate to do this to our wonderful crew because they've been fabulous all season long, and they will be through the championship, but she has 16 kills and 9 digs. It was just the other way around.
Oh, okay.
Maddox through the block and down.
8th kill for Hannah Maddox.
But she has been emphatic, really good in her approach, good velocity and high contact point the last handful of swings. Good serve, getting it on Pittman. Another chance for Vegas. But don't tell that to Maya Tabron.
Maya Tabron, I mean, did not have a lot of chances on that one at the 3-meter line, but found a way down that line.
Again, perfect pass to it by Anai. Cannot serve her anymore. Maddox, what a dig by Dalkey. And Tabron again, number 31 in blue.
First, Tabron was all cross-court deep with a ton of success. Last couple swings, she's found success down that line. Really good range, right back defender. Lauren Jardine sneaking in for the tip, and that leaves Anai covering that whole back line.
Dalkey doing a wonderful job in center field. Dalkey again, quality contact. Tabron a little bit unlucky that time for Maddox. Off the top of the tape, and maybe Vegas thinking about a timeout here. Still some separation. Here of a wet spot on the floor. It's 19-50. San Diego will need 2 sets to 1.
I think if San Diego scores this next point, this is timeout.
Yeah, just waiting for the maintenance crew to finish their job. So wait until I finish tying my shoe, and then we'll call the timeout. But I like the call. 19-15, must-win situation for Vegas, as it was in the previous set. So no reason to take the timeout with you.
feel like the Vegas Thrill have done a much better job minimizing their errors, playing very aggressive.
Adora Anai is just such a stabilizing factor. I mean, in balls, in block deflection, in serve receive. We don't have her total number of receptions, but I'm telling you that she has been, and the proof is in the pudding. She's 16 digs, 11 good or perfect passes. And I don't know her totals, but they're too many. They're too many if you're San Diego. You don't want to serve number 14. Tough serve. Isn't it indeed? Reagan Pittman. A quality celebration.
She was doing the ace dance. I like it.
What's that?
It's when you come to the middle of the court with your
of course. Self-explanatory. Yes.
Just how it sounds, Paul.
Why complicate? 4-0 run here now for Pittman. 19-16. Crushing inside, going 4-4.
Little short string set by Carly Graham to Maddox on the left pin. Quick set and then working inside Aronica Stone, sharp angle.
Tabron comes right back. That was another good swing. Maddox doing all the right things, looking for high hands, but just missed it. Bedardani. What a serve down the line. Incredible.
Bedardani just took a little something off of it, finding that ace down the line.
Taiba Hanif Park, if you get a look on the other side, we'll try to get back to it. It's got Mojo on the outside of those shoes.
So cute.
Another very good serve. And quality swing by 11. Maddox, if you just look at sets 3 and 4, she's been pretty darn efficient. Elise McGee, number 23, coming on with Sarah Sponsel as the double sub. Sarah Sponsel is a very talented volleyball player, both indoors and on the beach. She played in the beach volleyball Olympic tournament in Tokyo, finished 9th. That's going to be a double contact against McGee. That's tough. Elise McGee out of Baylor has been standing for a long time and immediately has to take a swing.
Against Lauren Jardine and Morgan Stout. That's a pretty good blocking duo across the net.
Tabron is on the right. Yeah, got to go that way. Good block by Maddox. McGee recycling. Sponsel is red. Jardine, what a smart shot. Learning on the fly, on the job training.
Lauren Jardine just slows things down, and this is a cut shot from the right side. Takes a little something off of it, top and side spin, sharp cross court for the kill.
Jardine now with 17 kills. Career high is 19. That was just earlier this week. Tight for Sponsel. Wonderful swing off the top of the block.
Love it. Hannah Maddox finding ways that time. High flat off of Tabron, who's been a very effective blocker.
Set points now for Vegas. Are we going to have another reverse sweep in the Pro Volleyball Federation? Maintenance crew working hard. Got to have a safe playing surface. Graham, set point number 1. Sponsel outside to Tabron. They've moved her off to the left. And DeFalco couldn't track that one down. They're going to replay that point. They're going to call fan interference. And I think that's a fair call. I think that's a good call.
Agree. One of the people at the table stuck their hands out, but just trying to protect themselves.
Yep. So set point once again. We'll have a replay. Veronica Stone will put that ball away, but it'll be another set point now at 24-19.
Veronica Stone, known for going behind the setter off 1 foot, but shows she can get it done in front of the setter. Quick swing. Lots of heat on that one for the San Diego kill.
Holly, we're going 5. No question about that. There's the good reception. Combination play. Jardine through Sponsel. Stout one-on-one on the outside. And number 11 will get Vegas into a 5th set. Anna Maddox is really starting to feel it, along with Lauren Jardine. Maybe struggled in the first couple of sets, got pulled from the match, but number 11 has made a nice comeback for Vegas, as has her entire team. We're going 5. Vegas wins the 4th. Back live in beautiful San Diego. This is the Pro Volleyball Federation coming your way on the Roku Sports Channel with 3-time Olympian bronze medalist and NCAA champ Holly McPeak. I'm Paul Sunderland. That view never gets old, and going 5 never gets old either. Vegas got out to a lead in each of the first 4 sets, couldn't hold it in the first 2, gave those up. San Diego went up 2-0, but were able to hold on 25-21, 25-19. Daeyoung Lee will start things off for San Diego. 2 challenges, 2 timeouts. Teams will change sides at 8. Vegas coming off a much-needed win at Indy, where San Diego was losing at Columbus 3-1.
Important transition ball to start this 5th set from the Vegas Thrill.
Lauren Jardine now with 18 kills. She had her season high, career high as a rookie just the other night. In Indy with 19. Pittman. Boy, it is hard to put a ball away. Both teams really playing well. That's a shank pass. Early donation here for Jardine. Carly Graham working on Venegas. Jardine again. Venegas, spectacular save. And Pittman again. Shara Venegas, a star play at the libero.
Shara Venegas in that left back position, laying it out twice to keep the ball alive. Look at this one arm just to get under that. And then Pittman, floater to the corner for the kill.
Working on Maddox, pretty good reception. Morgan Stout has been very, very solid since coming on for Vegas, number 5.
Morgan Stout started a lot of this season.
Yep.
Impressive rookie. She drives. She's one of those players who wants the ball, and as a setter, you want to feed her the ball.
Among the league leaders in hitting efficiency because of her limited playing time over the last month or so, not up there. Corey Lewis leads the league. Natalie Foster, both of them rookies playing out of the middle, are leading the league in hitting efficiency. Good pass. Jardine off of Dalkey in the middle back.
Keegan DeFalco does a nice job taking care of that pass, and when the Vegas Thrill are in system, puts all sorts of pressure on San Diego. Jardine continues to score on that right pin.
Oh, that's a bad miss by Stout. Never had a chance. Yasmin Bedart-Ani, a late ad after she finished her league competition in Europe. 12 kills on 36 swings to go along with 10 digs. And a heck of a serve. Dalkey will track it down. Good dig by Bedard-Ani. Tough chance here for Tabron. What a good set that time by Carly Graham, going long string over the head.
And why not when you've got the hottest hitter on your team on that right pin? Carly Graham, strong hands to get it all the way high enough, wide enough, so Jardine can find open floor.
Jardine, a new career high with 20 kills on 47 swings.
After 19 kills earlier this week.
Bedard-Ani out of the back row and off of Oblad and out of bounds. Look at this, Holly. We've got a nail biter in the early stages of a set.
For the first time all night.
Yes, exactly right. 4 previous sets it had been Vegas on each and every occasion. Bedard-Ani again.
Vegas Thrill in system, going to that left pin, and Bedard-Ani, it's a perfect location right between the left back and left front defender.
Both of these teams battling at the defensive end. 64 digs for Vegas, 61 now for San Diego.
San Diego Mojo lead the PVF in digs per set. They are #1 in that category.
Remember, the teams will change sides when one reaches 8. Dalkey is dug. Again, so hard to put a ball away. Fatigue got to be setting in a little bit in the 5th set. Nicely done by Reagan Pittman.
Da-Young Lee finds Reagan Pittman for the paintbrush. They just paint that sideline. Wow.
That was a light coat.
Very light coat.
Jardine out of the back row. Dalkey with his stuff.
Reagan Pittman, Kendra Dalkey. What a wall for the San Diego Mojo.
And timeout is called. Not waiting for the 8-point side change. Ramon Hernandez-Cruz, the head coach of Las Vegas, choosing to use one of his 2 allotted timeouts. Each team also has their 2 remaining challenges.
In this 5th set, you don't want a team to get too far ahead. Run out of time.
100%. Remember, it's only a 5th set, 15-point tiebreaker. Vegas at 9 and 14. Just notching their 2nd win after a very good start. Raised a lot of eyebrows. You know, they're playing small ball. You had Charity Looper and coming out and playing exceptionally well. And just their 2nd win since February 7th. Just Thursday at Indianapolis in Indy. Here's for Vegas versus San Diego. Coming up, Columbus, Orlando, and Columbus. Remaining schedule. I mean, each team, you know, you're going to play them all, but it doesn't matter who you have down the stretch. 8 teams in the league, so 7 opponents, and you play each team twice home and away. So that's 28 matches in total. Pretty good attempt that time by Bedard-Ani. And kill once again was that Jardine, adding to her new career high.
And the Vegas Thrill attacking that right back defender, Bedard-Ani, making her play some defense.
7-6 is the advantage for San Diego. Comes down to the math, but still mathematically these 2 teams are still in the running with only a few matches left. But 3 teams have made the playoff. The loser of this certainly is eliminated. And oh, what a rip. Bedard-Ani, a heavy hit.
Da-Young Lee fired up after that set, and it was perfect delivery to Bedard-Ani. Look at the power of the set, where it gets, and then the line wide open. Berkeley Oblad there just can't control it.
Side change, 5th set tiebreaker to 15. A lot still to be decided. San Diego on top by 2. Back inside Viejas Arena, the beautiful campus of San Diego State University. I haven't been down on this campus in a long time, and like every other place in the country, my, has it changed. Beautiful arena. I've done basketball here, but not volleyball, so our first trip here for that occasion, and we've had a good one. I have had an interesting one. 25-23 San Diego, the opening set 25-18, and Vegas 25-21, 25-19. Look at some of the top performers, assists and kills. Jardine with a new career high. Bedard Ani, 14 kills to go along with a couple of aces and Diggs, and Reagan Pittman, 12 kills. That's good offensive numbers for Pittman, and 400 efficiency. Crucial moment. Dalkey missed it out of bounds. That was a close play. Kendra Dalkey and Carly Graham were jousting there on that very tight pass. Here is Graham. The lead is only one. Bedard Ani, really clutch reception by Dalkey.
I agree. It starts with the first contact by Dalkey, and then Dayung Lee is really locating that ball well for our hitters. Little hesitation, middle blocker holds in the middle, and late to close on the pin.
Here is Dalkey, 15-point tiebreaker, got to win by 2. Good block touch by Pittman. Bedard Ani, Adora Anai again. And again. And again. Tight, Pittman there. And with a
Reagan Pittman just making herself available when it counts. Nice block stuff defensively, but Adora and I played middle back 3 digs in a row to keep the Vegas Thrill alive.
Timeout is called. Pittman and San Diego certainly found their, sorry for this, their mojo late here. 10-7, 15-point tiebreaker.
Don't be sorry, I like that.
I like the name. Try to keep my mojo going every once in a while. Been a fun match, Holly.
It has, and gosh, we've seen some crazy starts from the Vegas Thrill, and then San Diego Mojo come back, and then what we saw in the 3rd and 4th set, Vegas Thrill was able to finish.
Well, and it's just hard to terminate. You know, you look at point scoring, and both of these teams are really determined in block defense, and if they serve tough and get you out of system, it's really hard to score.
The scouting reports are clear, and all these teams and players know each other extremely well, so it comes down to execution and making plays.
Maya Tabron has been really good off the bench, came in for Janasia Moore, and what an important serve reception right now. Jardine will run across from the left front and hit on the right side. It's a hard move sometimes. Out of system. Coming to Maddox. No, coming to Jardine. Good set in transition. Bedard Ani with the dig.
First of all, I like the choice by Graham to go back to Jardine where she can attack the setter, Dayung Lee, but Dayung Lee digs it, and then Bedard Ani down the line. That's a huge transition kill for the San Diego Mojo.
And Venegas very good. Into the cross court. This by Maddox. This one is getting away right now. 12-7 is the lead for Kendra Dalkey. 4-0 run late. Service error. That is an opportunity now with Hannah Maddox going back to the line. Can be dangerous. Remember, she ran off 3 straight aces. All gas, no brakes, and finding pace with space.
Pace to space.
I'll get it. Just give me a moment. It takes me a little longer these days. Ball served out of bounds. San Diego 2 points away. Anai just inside the 3-meter line, got a piece of the block. And Adora Anai. Vegas an uphill climb, but another very difficult swing.
And Adora Anai continues to find ways to score on tough swings. Out of system coming from way off the net, well-formed block. Catches the defense high.
Here is Stout. Really good reception, Bedard Ani. Bedard Ani is just going over the top. 6 years a pro, playing at the highest levels. Joined San Diego late after her European team had concluded, and now match points for San Diego. Taeyong Lee tries to go quickly. Oh, pretty good set in transition. Tabron is blocked.
Big stop at the net from Lauren Jardine on the right side. Tabron's had so much success, but Jardine really disciplined with her right hand. Watch her in front of you, right there, right hand, pushing back into the court for the stop.
Round on their feet. Oh! A match point, and Jardine had to go for it. The toss was never there. So San Diego wins it in 5. They take the first 2 sets, and Vegas responded, and then in a 15-point tiebreaker, a comfortable win, 15-10 for San Diego, and they keep their very slim playoff hopes alive.
Both teams showed how competitive and talented they are and never gave up. I mean, it was just about execution at the end, and the Mojo just had a few more answers.
And some of the offensive stars on the Vegas side, Lauren Jardine, a new career high. Yasmin Bedard Ani, 17 kills to go along with 12 digs. Adora Anai was everywhere so far tonight. Adora Anai with 11 kills, 14 digs. 20 digs for Adora Anai. Your final thoughts, Holly?
I just love the fact that these players are battling it out and showing the level that they can play, trying to control their own destiny.
San Diego takes the match here at home. PVF action on Roku Sports continues on the 25th. We'll head to Indy for the Ignite and Orlando. For Holly McPeak and our entire crew, good night, everybody from San Diego.